and welcome back everybody to the read-along of D&D Player's Handbook 5e. Today's video is number 14A, the Cleric, which starts on page 56. Now why it is 14A is because this has a lot to it, and my videos are already usually 20 to a half hour long, and I feel like if I do the domains that exist with clerics, this whole thing is going to take over an hour easily. So we're going to do 14A and 14B. Hopefully I will have them both up today. Let's hope, because I have taken a long while off from this. Sorry about being busy. Yay, ADHD brain! So if you will join me on page 56 for Cleric, we shall begin. Cleric. Arms and eyes upraised toward the sun and a prayer on his lips, an elf begins to glow with an inner light that spills out to heal his battle-worn companions. Chanting a song of glory, a dwarf swings his axe in wide swaths to cut through the ranks of orcs arrayed against him, shouting praise to the gods with every foe's fall. Calling down a curse upon the forces of undeath, a human lifts her holy symbol as light pours from it to drive back the zombies crowding her in on her companions. Clerics are intermediaries between the mortal world and the distant planes of the gods. As varied as the gods they serve, clerics strive to embody the handiwork of their deities. No ordinary priest, a cleric is imbued with divine magic. Healers and warriors. Divine magic, as the name suggests, is the power of the gods, flowing from them into the world. Clerics are conduits for that power, manifesting it as miraculous effects. The gods don't grant this power to everyone who seeks it, but only to those chosen to fulfill a high calling. Harnessing divine magic doesn't rely on study or training. A cleric might learn formulaic prayers and ancient rites, but the ability to cast cleric spells relies on devotion and intuitive sense of a deity's wishes. Clerics combine the helpful magic of healing and inspiring their allies with spells that harm and hinder foes. They can provoke awe and dread, lay curses of plague or poison, and even call down flames from heaven to consume their enemies. For those evildoers who will benefit most from a mace to the head, clerics depend on their combat training to let them wade into melee with the power of the gods at their side. Divine agents. Not every acolyte or officiant at a temple or shrine is a cleric. Some priests are called to a simple life of temple service, carrying out their God's will through prayer and sacrifice, not by magic and strength of arms. In some cities, priesthood amounts to a political office, viewed as a stepping stone to higher positions of authority and involving no communion with a god at all. True clerics are rare in most hierarchies. I know how to say that word, but not today. True clerics are rare in most hierarchies. I'll take it. When a cleric takes up an adventuring life, it is usually because his or her god demands it. Pursuing the goals of the gods often involves braving dangers beyond the walls of civilization, smiting evil or seeking holy relics in ancient tombs. Many clerics are also expected to protect their deity's worshippers, which can mean fighting rampaging orcs or negotiating peace between warring nations, or sealing a portal that would allow a demon prince to enter the world. Most adventuring clerics maintain some connection to established temples and orders of their faith. A temple might ask for a cleric's aid, or a high priest might be in a position to demand it. Now on page 57, creating a cleric. As you create a cleric, the most important question to consider is which deity to serve and what principles you want your character to embody. The appendix on this page includes a list of the appendix B includes lists of many gods of the multiverse. Check with your DM to learn which deities are in your campaign. Once you've chosen a deity, consider your cleric's relationship to that god. Did you enter this service willingly, or did the god choose you, impelling you into service with no regard to your wishes? How do the temple priests of your faith regard you? As a champion or a troublemaker? What are your ultimate goals? Does your deity have a special task in mind for you, or are you striving to prove yourself worthy of a great quest? Quick build. You make a cleric quickly by following these suggestions. First, wisdom should be your highest ability score, followed by strength or constitution. Second, choose the acolyte background. Class features. As a cleric, you gain the following class features. Hit points. Your hit die as a cleric is 1d8 per cleric level. Hit points at the first level is 8 plus your constitution modifier. Maybe today was not the day to make a video. Hit points at higher levels, 1d8 or 5, plus your constitution modifier per cleric level after first. Proficiencies. Armor is light armor, medium armor, and shields. Weapons, simple weapons. Tools, none. Saving throws are wisdom and charisma. Skills. You may choose 2 from history, insight, medicine, persuasion, and religion. Equipment. You start with the following equipment, in addition to the equipment granted by your background. Options A. A mace, or B. A warhammer, if proficient. Scale mail, or leather armor, or chainmail, if proficient. A light crossbow and 20 bolts, or any simple weapon. A priest's pack, or an explorer's pack. And lastly, a shield and holy symbol. Now, we will be going to this at the top of the page for the cleric. You may notice that on this, it doesn't say how many spells you can learn, unlike other classes, because you get to know all of them, but you have to prepare them at the beginning of your days or during part of your long rest. You get to actually go through what you're able to learn at your level and select what's going to be beneficial for you for the day. Hopefully. Or you die. Level 1. Your proficiency bonus is 2. Features. Spellcasting, Divine Domain. Your known cantrips are 3, and you know 2 spells at the first level. Second level. Proficiency bonus, still 2. Features. Channel Divinity, once per rest. Divine Domain feature. Still know 3 cantrips. And now you know 3 spells at the first level, or can use 3 spells at the first level. Level 3, proficiency bonus 2, no increase to features. Cantrips known, still 3. You now know 4 spells at the first level and 2 at the second. At the 4th level, you get an ability score improvement, and your cantrips known increase to 4. You keep 4 for your first, and now you're at 3 for your second spell slots. 5th level, your proficiency bonus increases to 3. Destroy undead CR half. Cantrips still the same at 4. First level 4, second level 3, third level 3. From now on, while reading this chart, I'm only going to say the things that change, not the things that don't. 6th level, Channel Divinity, 2 per rest, Divine Domain feature. We're up now to 3 spells at the 3rd level. 7th level, you don't really gain anything except 1 spell at the 4th level. Level 8, ability score improvement, destroy undead CR1, divine domain feature, and you gain a 2nd spell slot for the 4th level magic. At the 9th level, your proficiency bonus increases to +4. You gain 1 more spell slot at the 4th level, so it's now 3, and at the 5th level, you gain 1. Level 10, Divine Intervention. Cantrips known are now 5, which will be the same for the rest of these levels. You're at 4 spell slots for the first level, which will remain the same for all of this. 3 for the second level, which will remain the same for all of this. 3 for the 3rd level, which will remain the same for all of it. 3 at the 4th level, which remains the same for all of it. And you are now up to 2 5th tier slots. Level 11, Destroy Undead CR2. And you gain 1 spell slot in the 6th level. Level 12, you get an ability score improvement. And nothing else changes. At the 13th level, your proficiency bonus is now 5. You also gain 1 spell slot in the 7th level. 14th level, Destroy Undead CR3. No other change. 15th level, you gain 1 spell slot in the 8th tier. 16th level, you gain an ability score improvement. 17th level, Destroy Undead CR4. Divine Domain feature, and you gain your 9th tier spell slot. Level 18, your proficiency bonus is 6. You have Channel Divinity 3 times per rest. Your 5th tier slots increase to 3. Level 19, you have ability score improvement, and you gain a 2nd spell slot in the 6th tier magic. At level 20, you get Divine Intervention improvement, and you gain another spell slot in the 7th tier magic. We now swap on to spellcasting on the next page, 58. As a conduit for divine power, you can cast cleric spells. See Chapter 10 for the general rules of spellcasting and Chapter 11 for the Cleric spell list. Cantrips. At first level, you know 3 cantrips of your choice from the Cleric spell list. You learn additional Cleric cantrips of your choice at higher levels, as shown in the Cantrips Known column of the Cleric table. Preparing and casting spells. The Cleric table shows how many spell slots you have to cast your Cleric spells of first level and higher. To cast one of these spells, you must expend a spell slot of the spell's level or higher. You regain all expended spell slots when you finish a long rest. You prepare the list of Cleric spells that are available to you to cast, choosing from the Cleric spell list. When you do so, choose a number of Cleric spells equal to your Wisdom modifier plus your Cleric level, minimum of 1 spell. The spells must be of a level for which you have spell slots. For example, if you are a 3rd level Cleric, you have 4 first level and 2 second level spell slots. With a Wisdom of 16, your list of prepared spells can include 6 spells of the first or second level in any combination. If you prepare the first level spell Cure Wounds, you can cast it using a first or second level slot. Casting the spell doesn't remove it from your list of prepared spells. You can change your list of prepared spells when you finish a long rest. Preparing a new list of Cleric spells requires time spent in prayer and meditation, at least 1 minute per spell level for each spell on your list. Spellcasting ability. Wisdom is your spellcasting ability for your Cleric spells. The power of your spells comes with your devotion to your deity. You use your Wisdom whenever a Cleric spell refers to your spellcasting ability. In addition, you use your Wisdom modifier when setting the saving throw DC for a Cleric spell you cast and when making an attack roll with one. Spell save DC equals 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your Wisdom modifier. Spell attack modifier, your proficiency bonus plus your Wisdom modifier. Ritual casting. You can cast a Cleric spell as a ritual if that spell has the ritual tag and you have the spell prepared. Spellcasting focus. You can use a holy symbol, see Chapter 5, Equipment, as a spellcasting focus for your Cleric spells. One moment, please. I shall return. And that moment has passed. I have returned. Divine Domain. Choose one domain related to your deity: knowledge, life, light, nature, tempest, trickery, or war. Each domain is detailed at the end of this class description, and each one provides examples of gods associated with it. Your choice grants you domain spells and other features when you choose it at first level. It also grants you additional ways to use channel divinity when you gain that feature at the second level, and additional benefits at the 6th, 8th, and 17th levels. Domain spells. Each domain has a list of spells. Its domain spells. that you gain at the cleric levels noted in the domain description. Once you gain a domain spell, you always have it prepared, and it doesn't count against the number of spells you can prepare each day. If you have a domain spell that doesn't appear on the cleric spell list, the spell is nonetheless a cleric spell for you. Channel Divinity. At second level, you gain the ability to channel divine energy directly from your deity, using that energy to fuel magical effects. You start off with 2 such effects: Turn Undead and an effect determined by your domain. Some domains grant you additional effects as you advance in levels, as noted in the domain description. When you use your Channel Divinity, you choose which effect you create. You must then finish a short or long rest to use your Channel Divinity again. Some Channel Divinity effects require saving throws. When you use an effect from this class, the DC equals your cleric spell save DC. Beginning at the 6th level, you can use your Channel Divinity twice between rests, and beginning at the 18th level, you can use it 3 times between rests. When you finish a short or long rest, you regain your expended uses. Channel Divinity, Turn Undead. As an action, you present your holy symbol and speak a prayer censoring the undead. Each undead that can see or hear you within 30 feet of you must make a wisdom saving throw. If the creature fails its saving throw, it is turned for 1 minute or until it takes any damage. A turned creature must spend its turns trying to move as far away from you as it can. It can't willingly move a space within 30 feet of you. Move to a space within 30 feet of you. It also can't take reactions. For its first action, it can only use the dash action or try to escape from an effect that prevents it from moving. If there is nowhere to move, the creature can use the dodge action. Ability score improvement. When you reach the 4th level, and again at the 8th, 12th, 16th, and 19th level, you can increase 1 ability score of your choice by 2, or you can increase 2 ability scores of your choice by 1. As normal, you can't increase an ability score above 20 using this feature. Destroy Undead. Starting at the 5th level, when an undead fails its saving throw against you, your turn undead fails a saving throw against your turn undead feature, the creature is instantly destroyed if its challenge rating is at or below a certain threshold, as shown in the Destroy Undead table. Destroy Undead, Cleric level, 5th level, destroys the undead of CR half or lower. At the 8th level, 1 or lower. 11th level, 2 or lower. 14th level, 3 or lower. 17th level, 4 or lower. Divine Intervention. Beginning at the 10th level, you can call on your deity to intervene on your behalf when your need is great. Imploring your deity's aid requires you to use your action. Describe the assistance you seek and roll a percentile die. If you roll a number equal to or lower than your cleric level, your deity intervenes. The DM chooses the nature of the intervention. The effect of any cleric spell or cleric domain spell would be appropriate. If your deity intervenes, you can't use this feature again for 7 days. Otherwise, you can use it again after you finish a long rest. At the 20th level, your call for intervention succeeds automatically. No roll required. Now, the next piece is going to go into divine domains, and I am saving that for a second video because there are so many with so many different things. So I am going to terminate video 14A, Cleric, here. Hopefully you enjoyed, and my tripping over everything wasn't too bad. I will see you for 14B. I hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe, and thank you for joining me on the reading of D&D Player's Handbook 5e.